Okay, so I'm going to explain charge moves, charge partitioning, aegis and unblockable fundamentals, canceling moves, and then bring it all together with the standard shoto unblockable. So essentially in fighting games, there's something called charge moves. And you might be familiar with like normal fighting game motions, like you do like a quarter circle forward to throw a fireball, right? This character here that I'm playing, Urian, has one of those. But there's another class of moves which you might be familiar with, like how Guile works in Street Fighter 2 called charge moves. And the way that works is that you hold a direction. In this case, I'm holding like straight down. You can see my inputs in the top left corner there. And then after holding it for a certain amount of time, in this game I believe it's like 42 frames, so like 2/3 of a second, you press the opposite direction plus a button and a move comes out, right? So I get a headbutt move if I do up and punch. And if I do back and then forward kick, I get a tackle, right? Or if I do down and then up kick, I get my knee drop. A knee drop sucks, you rarely use that move. So basically, you think of it like this, right? Like they're usually more powerful, faster moves than like motion moves, but they require investment. Like you need to have that charge in order to do anything. And while I'm like holding down to charge up my headbutt, I can't move, right? Like I can go like down forward or down back, but I can't walk anywhere, right? So to get around that in this game, there's this glitch exploit. I don't know what you call it. It's called charge partitioning, right? And the idea is you can do like a part of a charge and then relocate and then finish. I fucked it up. You do a part of a charge, relocate, and then finish the charge at your destination there, right? So I'm like doing a little bit of down, back, forward, and then dash and do that, right? And the reason that works is because in most fighting games, like if you have a charge and you leave that charge direction, like I'm holding down back and I return to neutral, you lose all your charge instantly. But in Third Strike, there's a timer, right? And it's constantly, anytime you're not charging, this timer is ticking down. And then when you charge, it freezes. I don't know how long the timer goes for. It's several times per second. It's pretty fast. But it's not so fast that if there's, some room in the timer, you can't like sneak a dash in, right? So you never know where this timer is because every time it hits zero, it just refreshes. And anytime you're not charging, it's constantly going down. So there's effectively like this element of randomness. If I wasn't so lazy and this was like a real tutorial, I would probably use, some script to show you like the timer bar because you can see that. But I'm not. You're just going to take my word for it. This is supposed to be a little confusing. Fuck you. So anyway, yeah, the timer is constantly ticking down, right? But there are a few things that reset that timer. So, for example, if I use my super move here, the Aegis Reflector, that instantly puts the timer at max. So now I have a full timer. So if I do like an Aegis Reflector and then during the super flash animation, I'm holding back, I know I'm holding back and I have a full timer. So if I do like this, a little bit of that, then I know that that charge partition headbutt is going to work every single time because I know I have enough time for that dash, right? Aegis Reflector is an interesting move. It's probably the cheapest super move in the game. You'll usually see it used in ways like this, right? Where use it in the corner. I fucked that up. Use it in the corner and they can't do anything about it. Like it's right in front of them. If they press any buttons, they will hit it, and you can just poke through them, right? Or you put it on top of them in the corner, and then when it's right on top of their head, they have to guess. You hit the high. Well, basically if they don't block your poke, they get comboed into it. You can combo it further for a big combo. Fuck that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about unblockables. So there's a glitch in the game where if you get on the other side of the Aegis, they can't block because the way the Aegis counts as a projectile, and the way the game handles projectiles, you can't block the projectile coming from one direction at the same time as the normal moves coming from another direction. So there's nothing that anyone can do about that. You can parry it, you can block it in theory, actually. It's really confusing. It's like a glitch, it's an exploit. But basically what unblockables do is they let you create really, really fucked up mix-ups. Like there are ways the opponent can contest it, like try and fight their way out of it, but it's effectively a mix-up that's very, very heavily in Urian's favor, and it's one of his win conditions because unblockables loop into more unblockables. It's really fucked up. So now you're wondering, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Unblockables and charge partitioning? What the hell are you going? All right, so I'm getting to the end of this here, which is we're going to talk about the standard shoto unblockable. And there's a few things that work together with this. It's a really famous unblockable. It's probably Urian's most famous unblockable because it only requires one of his two bars. It does a fuck ton of damage. It's really reliable setup. Like once you learn how to do it, you can do it really consistently. It works on I might have already said this, but works on most of the best characters in the game, so you see it a lot. And it's just cool. It also is a great way to demonstrate a application of charge partitioning because it requires a very consistent charge partition, which is always consistent because you dropped the Aegis earlier in the combo. We already talked about that. I don't expect you to remember. I hope you're not following this. Anyway, so the only other thing I need to mention to understand how this works, as best as you could ever understand anything from this video, is the fact that you can cancel moves into other moves, right? So you can cancel like normal moves like this into special moves. So I can do like that, right? If I input the headbutt during my medium punch there, the headbutt comes out as soon as the medium punch completes. And if I input like tackle Aegis, I can cancel like special moves into super moves like that, right? So you can even like do like all those together, right? So I can do like that, like stand medium punch, tackle Aegis, and like their timing isn't very strict at all. So what you do to do the standard shoto unblockable is you launch. Here, I'm just going to demonstrate without talking first. Okay, that didn't combo properly, but that's fine. I still dropped this. I suck at this game. Anyway, no, I'm okay at this game. I'm kind of nice at this game. I'm not like good at this game. It's a hard game. It's been around for a long time. But yeah, so you're going to do launcher, tackle, cancel into fierce punch Aegis. Then you're going to do roundhouse tackle, right? And during that roundhouse tackle, starting in the Aegis flash, you're charging. But no matter how long you charge there for, here, you can probably actually see my inputs. Well, you can. I don't know how the fuck it works because that looks like it's charging for 75 frames. I don't know when the charge meter resets there. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Oh fuck, that's the wrong save. Okay, well, we're going to reload the save file then. I didn't reset my save state, and this setup doesn't work on that other character that I had my save state set up for. So, 1 second. But basically, yeah, what you're going to do is during that roundhouse tackle where you're like tackling into the Aegis there, you get like 90% of the charge for a headbutt by holding down, like down back. And you do a dash right after that, and then you hold down for a split second, which just gets the last little bit of your headbutt, and you headbutt, and that gets over them while they're still knocked down. And because the last thing that hit them is the Aegis, it's a hard knockdown. They can't quick rise it. That's a whole other bag of worms. Quick rise versus non-quick rise, and how that affects different unblockables, makes different unblockables weaker or stronger. It's really fucked up. This game is... Ooh. Anyway, yeah. So what we're going to do here... Yeah, so that 90% of our charge... Fuck, I fucked it up again. I really need to practice this again. I got really sloppy with it. Yeah, so finish it up, get over, headbutt. And that leads into itself as well. And if you have 2 bars, it loops into itself for a 3rd one. I keep fucking it up because you see the combo meter shouldn't show up until after the launch, but I'm too slow with it because I don't practice this enough. And if they do the triple bounce there, you do a heavier level headbutt, but you can have less guard break opportunities because again, they can parry their way out of the unblockable. And so you have to mix up which guard break you do to fuck with their parry attempts. There we go, that one worked. See, the combo thing didn't pop up yet. Yeah, okay, fuck. So yeah, that's basically the idea of it. You're doing launcher. Fuck. I have like my settings a little bit different to capture the game right now, so that's a little bit more input lag. That's gonna be my excuse. I don't know how much of a factor that actually is, but it's gonna be my excuse. Yeah, so you're doing like launcher, tackle. Okay, I'm a little slow in the headbutt over. That's my problem right now. Yeah, launcher, tackle, cancel into Aegis, roundhouse tackle, during which you're getting the first 90% of your headbutt charge, like you're partitioning the headbutt, and then you dash, you finish the headbutt charge, you headbutt over, you dash back, push them into the mirror, and then do your guard break, and you get another launch, which can lead to another unblockable or more damage or corner carry to use the Aegis in the corner. See, that was bad because you went right beyond it. You need him to hit the Aegis at the very end, because that's what gets you the hard knockdown, which guarantees your dash is in. Yeah, and this is another one. This one doesn't require any charge partitioning, but it's a really dope setup because it's extremely hard to parry this jump roundhouse there, and it does a fuck ton of damage. But that one requires like a bar and a half, so it's not as universal, but it looks really sick. I don't know how many Urians do that. I love that setup. Anyway, this has been my brief lesson. Oh fuck, I forgot to mention, if you charge a move fully, the meter, like, I don't know what the fuck happens with it, but you can't partition. You can't charge fully and then move and then like do a charge move. You can only charge partition if you're like doing a part of the charge. And some other things reset it, like parries reset the thing. I haven't even demonstrated parry. How do you do that on here? Yeah, so in this game, like, if you like tap forward just as a move is hitting you high, you can like parry it. That's how they get out of the Aegises. That also resets your meters. You can do like parry and be like, fuck if I actually was good at this game. Yeah, so like that'll always be consistent because, you know, the bar's in the right place as long as you don't fuck up the partition charge. Okay, well, you know, again, fuck you if you actually learned anything from this. Have a good day.